All right, everybody, welcome back. Today we have a special guest tasting with my cousin Muffin here. Say hi, Muffin.
Hello.
Muffin.
Muffin.
All right, and we're doing a can of scotch. It's pretty generic. We don't know where it comes from. It doesn't have a lot of information.
Comes from Scotland.
It apparently comes from Scotland. And it's in a can, which is convenient as hell.
Single grain, Scotch whiskey, Scottish spirits, produce of Scotland, Vini Vidi Vici, 3 years old, single grain, Scotch whiskey.
All right, getting into the scotch in a can. As far as nose goes, there's really not a whole lot of anything in there. It kind of smells like old paint skin.
Kind of smells like, have you ever set off a bug bomb in a house in
Like-
Missouri in the summer?
Like what, you squeeze it, it sprays and you run?
Yes. Don't leave the pilot light on for your burner.
That's good advice.
Just saying.
Thank you, Muffin. This smells like the inside of a
hair.
1976 Buick LeSabre with leather. It's tan leather.
With leaky windows.
To be honest with you, this canned scotch doesn't, there's nothing on the nose besides old paint.
If you stored Bacardi 151 in a cigar box, you would have this scotch.
Not a good cigar box. All right, so this is a blind tasting on a can of scotch that neither of us have ever had before. He's had it in the past.
Many years ago.
Many years ago. So we're gonna do a blind tasting. No previous tasting notes, none of the good stuff. We'll just get into it and see what we think. Let me pour your scotch out of this can.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Pour so elegantly.
I like to add a little bit of water to mine to open up the complex flavors of a 3-year-old scotch in a can.
And again, we don't know where it comes from. It doesn't say what region,
Scotland.
what distillery. It just says produce of Scotland.
Scotland is obviously a small area of uniform scotch quality.
At least it's scotch, and we confirmed that by where it's from.
And they have at least one canning plant.
As far as the taste on scotch in a can, it's got to be better than the nose, right?
They
far
say
as-
that the nose doesn't nose.
It doesn't nose. But as far as the taste, I get struck matches.
Have you ever just taken a deep breath of the chemicals under your kitchen sink?
I get struck matches, apple juice, and a real strong sulfur note. But it's better than the nose, so that's a plus.
If you've ever been tackled in an old carpet and gotten some in your mouth,
But the taste isn't all that bad.
this is aged 10 years in the can.
So yeah, so scotch in a can,
Or a glass.
it could be in either. Depends on the vessel it's in, technically. Comes from a country, gets put in something.
Scotland.
Can,
Produce.
whiskey, no E.
Age 3 years. Well, excuse me. 3 years old.
And they're a little
in
nefarious
2012.
because they call it single grain scotch whiskey, which is awkward.
What does that mean?
It means it's not malted barley, probably.
Is it barley?
We don't know.
Is it malted?
Well, they're all grains. Lots of things could be grains if you're creative. So, nose is awkward. Palate's a little bit better than nose. Finish.
Not unclean.
No.
Tastes like Mr. Clean, actually.
A little spicy. Maybe a little cinnamon. Maybe a little drain cleaner. It's not good. This is just, you know, in a pinch. What do you use this whiskey for, Muffin?
I take it backpacking.
So it's probably the perfect package if you go backpacking, because you can put it in your backpack and it really doesn't leak a whole lot. So, you know, if you put it in your backpack, you'd be good to go.
Fuck that up so.
Nobody's worried about the spilled canned scotch. So scotch in a can, if you could find it, it should be about $5 US in your area.
Appropriate price.
It is. Perfect price for it. In a pinch. Can't go wrong. You're going to the beach, you're going backpacking like Muffin here.
Are you a prepper?
You could,
This
yeah.
is the scotch for you.
I mean, you got canned scotch. So, all right, everybody. This is another episode of Whiskey Whatever. Special guest tasting. This is Muffin. I'm Garrett. We appreciate you watching. Stay safe out there. Stay awesome. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
What are you gonna do?
I'm not finishing the can of scotch.
Yeah, good. Are you gonna drink from it again?
No, there's
Okay,
one thing
that's
for
wise.
certain. Most of that can of scotch is going to stay in that can.
Thankfully, it comes with this special cap, making it resealable container.
It does. And this was an early one. I believe Muffin has been sitting on this can of scotch for
10 years.
A decade. Let that sink in.
2022 currently.
Yeah, it was
if you were unaware.
2012. So this thing seals extremely well.
2012 was when the can was canned.
You can put it over the top, and as you can see, it doesn't leak at all.
I couldn't keep it together through that. Canned. February. Do that. You fucked me up. I'm trying to be monotone here.
Oh.
There's at least one canning factory in Scotland.
Cheers. We'll give you our initial thoughts. I don't even know if you can still get this. This is old as hell.
It does not have legs.
I don't know if you've ever seen scotch come out of somebody's nose.